Hi, everyone.
Hey.
I'm Alicia.
And I'm Meredith.
And this is Winter is Fun, a Winter House podcast, Season 3, Episode 8. We have a lot to get through. Let's friggin' dive in.
Let's go.
So, before we get into the episode, check us out on the A&M Podcast Network. We have this podcast, which also doubles as Summer is Fun, a Summer House podcast, and also covers Summer House Martha's Vineyard. We also have It's About the Pasta, Vanderpump Rules podcast, and we have One Season Wonders, the show that Meredith and I love so dearly and cannot wait to get back to once these live shows die, which will never happen. Please be sure to rate, review, subscribe. We have zero new anything. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Vanderpasta. I posted a few TikToks. One did really good.
I'm obsessed with them.
One did really good and two did pretty bad. So if you could just go support me, that'd be awesome. I promise I'm like not that hard on the eyes that you like can't watch my TikTok. So you should get there. Also join our Patreon, patreon.com/Vanderpasta. Let me tell you what you can get. For $1 a month, you get access to all of our fun pre-shows where Meredith and I and sometimes Sarah talk about whatever the hell we want because it's our show and we deserve it. For $2 a month, you get access to everything. Oh, also, sorry, $1 a month, you get access to all of our episodes we record early, including this one. For $2 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, when we go back and watch old seasons, we'll do an after show where we talk about current Bravo news as to make the podcast spoiler free. But that's not this. And we'll talk about whatever Bravo news we want because we're in real time and that's just what we do. Also, we'll say your name on the podcast. So thank you to Chris, Darby, D, Gabriella, Jackie, Jamie, Kirsten, Casey, Kelsey, Chrissy, Lauren, Michelle, Sarah, L, Sarah R, Tierney, Tonette, Tracy, Allison, Emily, Gina, Isabella, Jennifer, Jessie, Leanne, Lisa, Rio, Robin, Taylor, and Tara. That was fine. That was okay.
That was fine, but like, love the list. I love hearing it. I always think
know
it's
you're
just gonna be like
dropped.
Jackie. Well, I'm just so. I mean, I just don't believe it's real sometimes. Does that make sense?
Jaw was dropped, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I also can't believe. Usually, I'm always just ready for it to stop at Chris. So it's your dad.
Me too. I'm like ready for like Jackie and Chris. Maybe Dustin.
maybe Dustin on a good day. But we have so many amazing patrons. We really cannot thank you guys enough. It's truly amazing.
Yes.
We love it here. Okay. Anyway, sorry, we have a lot to get through. I'm not trying to butter you up. You're already listening, so for $5 a month, you have access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, when we do live shows, which is now, I will post in the Patreon whenever I feel like it. I know I'm late. Listen, I watch these usually the day after at like 5 a.m. So when I forget, I'm sorry, okay?
Alicia, you're yelling at yourself about this, by the way. I don't believe anybody has ever yelled at you for this.
No, I just feel bad when people are like, Alicia, did you forget something?
If they have a problem, they'll bring it to you, and they do.
Fucking face me. Yeah, no, they do.
They do.
They do, and I feel bad. But I'll post. Give us your thoughts. We have so many thoughts to get through. That's why we're trying to rush, and it's not working. But also, we'll pick a patron of the episode. So this week's patron of the episode is, are you ready? Are you ready for it?
Ready.
I don't think you're fucking ready for it. It's Michelle. Michelle?
Ooh.
I don't think Michelle's new to Patreon, but new to $5 and has commented some thoughts, and I'm very excited to read them.
Yay.
So Michelle, thank you so much. Welcome to the tier. We are so lucky to have you. And also, before I get into the thoughts, I got to write your name down because I'm trying to be organized. Before I just had Meredith pick at a whim, so we're fine. But not anymore. So thank you, Michelle.
Hey, that pops up sometimes on old season, so it could be fate when you get selected.
Maybe. Okay, great. Should we do some thoughts from last week's episode?
Yes, I can't wait.
Do you know what time it is? It's Podcast by the People.
It's Alicia Got It Right.
Is that the one I did last time?
No, I wasn't talking about the tune, but you always screw up the name of it.
Yeah, usually I have no idea what this is called. So Tonette, we're going to start with Tonette's thoughts. Tonette says, am I the only person who noticed it went from daylight to dusk to dark note in one short conversation between Corey and his pops? No, because the edit's wild on the show. You just have to know.
When the sun's setting, it does go quick.
When the sun sets, it's fucking gone.
Listen, I'm in darkness all the time now, so I feel
Same.
that.
What's the sun? So Tonette also said, I made it 3/4 way in after trying so hard to not bring up Danielle and Alex, but I have to. This guy is a pussy ass loser. He spends all of his time talking about the relationship to other people behind Danielle's back and then nods and becomes a yes man to her face. Get out of here. Communication is not his standpoint. Okay, he was voted best flirter, not best communicator. Antoinette says, and being a decent human does not constitute taking or talking shit behind a person's back to the boy she's crushing over when you know good and well that boy you're talking smack to is being cold to the girl you're talking about. So that's about Jordan.
Talking about Jordan, yeah. I also am annoyed with how Jordan's handling this.
Yeah. I think Danielle is correct to say Jordan's light dims when she's not in the spotlight of a man. Okay, fair. Maybe we just love
in
Jordan.
the spotlight. I don't think it really has to do with necessarily a man, but I think sometimes it is men, but I just think in general, I think she does look to be the center.
She likes being like kind of in the middle. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, honestly, yeah, I kind of forget Jordan's on the show sometimes.
Until she's talking to Alex, yeah. I forget about her.
Well, she didn't really talk to anyone else this episode. Like, yeah. I just don't know what she does. Yeah. She was just like a plus. She's a C character.
Now that Danielle has talked to Jordan about it, I'm more disappointed in Jordan's behavior.
Well, yes, because I always say this. If you're upset and don't tell me, I'm not going to know. But Danielle then overhears it and is rightfully upset because they hugged and she thought they were good.
Yes. I only am annoyed with Jordan because you can see Danielle is upset and it's not, you don't know it's about you, but you should go to your friend and be like, what's going on?
Agreed. Okay, Tierney said, I'm so over the Danielle and Alex bullshit. He needs to go and Danielle is totally spiraling. It's starting to feel like Summer House with the Lindsay and Carl stuff all over again. Listen, Danielle has not had it easy this past year has been rough.
Damn, her last reality TV year, it was
rough for her. Yeah, I get Danielle was upset, but she didn't need to take it out on Brian and especially mess with. Oh wait, what's Brian's mom's name? I don't want to mispronounce it. Drama.
I don't know. I haven't watched Karma. Did Tierney leave that? Is that what you said?
Yeah, she spelled it.
She watched it and she's like pressuring me to watch it in a great way.
It's on my list, Tierney. I have off all next week. This is all I'm going to do is watch TV.
Week of Christmas, I promised her. I need a minute.
Yes. She loves her even more than Brian. Brian makes me hot. Is that different?
She has said great things about the show and is like, everybody needs to watch it. So
we can get it back.
It gets unpaused because like they're willing to bring it back. I want it to be a Peacock show. So like, let's get on it, crew. Everybody rally.
I almost don't want to bring it back because that'll make Brian very popular and I want him to date me. Like I actually like feel myself sweating watching this man on my TV.
What if you don't get to date him and like not having access to him at all is even worse?
He's gonna have so many options if he gets the show. It's not important, but I want to date Brian anyway. This is my weekly push for everyone to watch Family Karma. Here you go, because you will then understand my love of drama. Amanda and Kyle discussing the possibility of being pregnant was so sweet, especially when Kyle kissed her belly. It warmed my cold heart. When Schwartz FaceTimed Kyle and asked if he had talked to Sandoval, Kyle had to be thinking that asshole is public enemy number 1 right now. And I'm saying far from him, LOL. Everyone knows I'm here for breaking the fourth wall. And Kyle called that shit out. I love it. Yeah, he's like, no.
Kyle is smart enough to know.
If there's one thing Kyle knows how to do, it's protect his brand. Okay, so last week Tierney said not fun Alex. I just can't anymore with him. But fun gave it to Kyle for how he handled Amanda, the pregnancy test, plus the whole FaceTime with Schwartz. P.S. Alicia, Ariana as Roxy on Broadway. You have to go and report back. You already fucking know I am, Tierney.
Well, I'll be Tierney, there. I'll do probably have already listened to the pre-show, so like you're good.
Come listen to my pre-show. I have a lot of thoughts on it. If you are interested, my thoughts, it's there. Okay, Chrissy said, I don't know when you are recording a day late. That's okay. It depends. But hi, Chrissy. Here we go. Hearing the conversation between Kyle and Amanda was so nice to hear. Support, understanding, real fear. It shows Amanda isn't as far in baby panic as others have been. Agreed. It was very refreshing. I can't wait for Sam to get to the show. Danielle is losing it. Why go after Brian like that? I'm sad and angry at her. Did anything else happen? No, that was about it. Tonette said, I've been thinking, Jordan got upset and cried when she thought Malia kissed Corey when Malia was only spitting Fireball. No, it was Jaeger in his mouth. So for Jordan not to think her actions with Alex are inconsiderate boggles my mind.
You totally forgot about that.
This bitch cried over Jaeger being zeeted into someone's mouth.
Who was in a situationship, by the way, and they already knew that.
It was so disgusting.
Like, she got mad over something alleged, like, maybe happening when the guy's seeing someone else.
God, I have so many goddamn thoughts. Okay, let's just get in the episode. I gotta be rearing to go. I got so many thoughts.
I really like that perspective. It's going to change my whole thought about this episode.
Okay, let's do it. So, previously on Winter House, Brian's a mama's boy and Casey loves it. Amanda took a pregnancy test and isn't pregnant. Katie has a crush on Schwartz, but he had to go to the Vanderpump Rules reunion, but he's coming back. Corey's parents came to visit. Sam's going to come visit. Casey thinks Sam is trash. Alex isn't that into Danielle, and Danielle is into Alex, and Alex is trying to pull back without telling her.
Oh my God.
And Danielle is really angry, and she threw Brian's clothes. His mom got him across the room. So we pick up. It's Monday, 10:36 p.m. Danielle's trying to hype herself up in front of the mirror to not cry.
She's
I felt bad.
She's like small tears, like
she's like, you got it. You got it. You could do this. And so she says she feels like Alex is intentionally pulling away, which he is. Again, he's like not telling her.
I know. I wish he would have just said something when they were sitting around that fire pit. Like, she can sense it. He's basically saying, like, no, nothing's going on. Something is going on, sir.
So she feels like she's finding that part of her again that wants to feel wanted and desired. So she wants more of that.
There's nothing worse than feeling like unwanted.
I also think Robert did, because he went to Aspen for like a job. He didn't really make her feel wanted. Also, Danielle, for as much as we compare her against Lindsay Hubbard, who's like the most high maintenance woman I've ever seen, Danielle's also very high maintenance. She needs someone to be so obsessed with her because she will be so obsessed with them.
Yeah.
Which is why her new dude, this dude's fucking obsessed with her.
Good.
And I think
she deserves that.
And
it's okay to want that. I feel like you're told to not be obsessive, but like, find the person that matches your energy. That's all it is. It's like, find your match.
Mm-hmm. Also, just to like talk about it, he did a full People's interview that I read, and he was like, she's coming to Charleston for the first time. Whoa. And he goes, I've never had a girl fly in. She's never been here. I'm pulling out all the stops because that's what she deserves. I'm so excited. He is like pumped about her.
You know what I want more than anything?
Pumped. Her to be on,
and Danielle to like move to Charleston together.
There were a lot of hater creators who were like, Danielle's just trying to secure her spot on 3 shows. And I'm like, no, I think she's trying to fuck this dude. She's trying to fuck this dude. Also, Paige isn't trying to do that either. They're just dating people in their world because it's hard to date someone when you're on reality TV because they might not want to do that. AKA Robert wasn't really in it.
If you didn't bring that same energy to like Paige when she joined or when she's like on Southern Charm, which I'm not mad about, or like all these people being on like Winter House anyways, like all these extra shows. Come on, it's called crossovers and cross promoting.
How do you meet people? You go to similar events because you do similar things. Like as adults, you meet people through your job, through your friends. She went to BravoCon and met this dude. It wasn't like she sought him out after seeing him on Southern Hospitality. She probably doesn't even fucking watch that show. Like the fuck? And he sought her out. He was like obsessed with her, which he also talked about. He saw her, said there was instant chemistry, then talked about her on a panel, and then she was like, I heard you have a crush on me. And he's like, I do. And so immediate.
She needs to be pursued. And Alex did kind of pursue her at the start of the show a little bit. Just like the casual, like, vacation hookup. But he was, like, putting energy into it and, like, into her and, like, spending time with her. And now he's not doing that. And so to, like, know what it's like and then have it removed is one of the worst things on this planet.
Whatever. Go back to Joe Bradley. I'm about to watch Southern Hospitality just for this dude. Just for this dude. Anyway, back to Alex. Sorry. Side tangent. Okay, so she walks past Alex and says, fuck you. And then everyone changes into neon outfits. Schwartz is going to come back and everyone's super pumped about that because apparently Schwartz is life of the party. I don't know. Brian, sweet Brian, does a shot with Danielle.
I mean, he's a national treasure.
Oh my God.
And I'm ready to steal him like
Oh
Nicolas
my
Cage
God.
did.
Andy Cohen, your star is right in front of us. Anyway, Brian's basically like, I know you're angry. Don't take it out on me. He's like, is it about Alex? And Danielle's like, what are you talking about? Why would you say that?
It's not that deep. I'm like, girly, it's not deep. You're right. It's very shallow and obvious.
And Brian's like, well, that's literally your whole problem, I feel like.
And she literally said it basically to him, like, does he like me? Like, you called this out too.
I love how she's like, what are you talking about? Why would you say that? And he's like, well, but his interview, he's like, Alex is not taking care of Danielle. I take care of women. And I sweat myself. I was like,
Fine Benny, winning the girls over week to week. It started so low, by the way, with an ogre comment. And like, look at...
I was so obsessed.
I know. We were so obsessed early. Like, and he like keeps showing us incredible things.
He's amazing.
Brian Benny for Bachelor.
Oh, I would watch it.
I never watched Bachelor.
I would do it. Okay, Sam will be here tomorrow night. Corey, even though she'll be here, still will not label her as his girlfriend. He's making that very clear to everyone. Anyway, he also says Sam is super secure with herself and doesn't get jealous about any girlfriends of Corey's that he has, but then he goes, I don't really have many, because he flirts with all of them.
That's the thing. I also don't think he's like one to have many like girlfriends. He just doesn't seem like the type. He seems like the type to be friends with his friends' girlfriends.
Yes.
Like he can be friendly with everyone, but he doesn't like cultivate.
I thought about that. I was like, getting a drink with just Corey with like no hookup. And I started thinking about it. I was like, impossible. That would never happen. Even if he wasn't into me, we would still maybe hook up. Like, he'd be like, she was an ugly chick, but
or
like,
you wouldn't go into it saying like we would never.
Yes. It's like, it would be on a possibility. The table. Yeah, always. So we set up for the neon party. Malia talks to Jordan. Jordan tells Malia about the conversation with Danielle and how Danielle said Jordan is low energy because she doesn't have a man. But Jordan said she'd first bury herself before a man reduces her to that, which dope. I love a feminist queen. Anyway.
I love her energy about it, like outwardly, but I don't think she is, like I said, I don't think it's truly tied to a man, but I don't think she's being self-aware here, being like, oh, like, why have I been low energy? Like, I wish she would like talk to Danielle about like why she's low energy then. Like, it doesn't have to be whatever reason Danielle gave, but be like, listen, I'm not
Jordan's
feeling
just,
my best.
She's that friend that, you know, when you go out for a girls' night, there are some girls, such as like Danielle and Malia and even Katie, that would be like, we're just here to have fun. We're going to go make out with some men. Jordan goes.
You could also like do it for the group.
Yeah, we're going to have shots and be girls. Jordan goes, I wonder if I will find my husband. Also, I'll hang out with my girlies.
Like, that's not the point. She just
thinks different. So I think coming into this.
If she's like, this is boring, I'm going to leave early. And it's like, you're just in it for yourself.
She's like, this isn't my vibe, I'm leaving. And it's like, well, the girlies are here. We're just trying to have like a good girly time.
With each other.
Fuck the men. And she's like, well, yeah. Jordan, though, does say she doesn't have the attention of any men because she's rejected half the men in the house, including Danielle's man. Because Jordan says if she wanted him, she could have had him. And I'm like, I think that's where Danielle's insecurity lies, right? She knows Alex wanted Jordan, and Jordan was like, no.
And she probably thinks like, oh, that door is still a possibility. Like Alex is going to go knocking, and Jordan could still open it.
Yeah. Okay, so Brian's very nice. He brings in all the food. Amanda's very nice because she made Jell-O shots. But life is very awkward right now because of Danielle and Alex. Danielle just has a really bad attitude about everything, like how the food is even like placed on the table.
This I'm annoyed with Danielle because listen, this is not about your guys' weird situationship. We're supposed to have a good night.
Yeah.
And Alex is like, okay, kind of awkward, but like we can get past that as a group. Danielle is making things horrific to be around.
I was like, I don't understand why the food is set up like this. And
she's like, this isn't like typically how we like pick our food. We normally like shout out what we got, divide it up, and like everybody's literally eating their food. Like, dude, girly, we're all good.
We're fine. No one's complaining. No one's bad. Yeah.
No one has an issue.
You mad? Yeah. So Malia does check in with Danielle, which I thought was Malia is number one girl's girl on this trip. she's
awesome.
the best of friend. I want Malia to be my best friend.
She like takes care of her people. She's obviously not great with Sam this episode, but Sam is not her people yet.
Also, though, Sam wasn't great with her.
No. But I'm just saying, like, I think it's like she takes care of the people she bonds with.
Yeah. I think Malia's great. And so she checks in. Danielle basically is like, Alex is being weird to me. And Malia's like, it's no worries, bitch. So Casey asked Brian to be the bouncer for the party and roast people as they like come in.
Wow.
Which we only see Brian a little bit be like, you're really not that big at someone.
I mean, also once they walk in once, it's over. Yeah. The bit's over.
So we're doing this full neon party. Danielle, though, she doesn't want to party because Alex is just going to be all over Jordan. And she's so drunk. Her talking to herself, slurring, so drunk. But I think it's smart. She just goes to bed. She separates her. Yes, she disengages.
But this makes me even more mad about the Brian argument. Because it's like, you were so adamant about having a party. And you literally threw his shit everywhere. And now you are going to bed early?
Yes, but I think if I'm at this party, Danielle's going to bring down the whole mood.
I agree.
Sorry about your clothes, Brian, but you took one for the team and now she's in bed.
The principle of it, I'm pissed.
Yeah, but get out of here. So party goes on. Alex will not talk to angry Danielle, but he does try flirting with Jordan and he wants to make sure everyone knows.
The way he touches her ass when they take that photo, Alex is a shitty person.
He's a very shitty person. He's the one that would cheat on his girlfriend. He would just cheat on every girlfriend and be like, whoops, I didn't know that was cheating.
I don't think he would ever have a girlfriend. I think he would lead on all these people and like everybody would just be mad at him.
I'm not going to date Alex anytime soon. I think he sucks.
If he was in like Corey's position where he kind of had a girl on the side, like, I mean, Sam is more than just a girl on the side, but a girl he was like hooking up with back at home, he would have slept with everybody in this house anyways.
Yeah, he still would. It would have been different. It would not have been different. We would have seen the same show. So it's 1:40 a.m. Party is still going. This is a lit party. Yeah. Brian's still hoping that like maybe him and Casey will happen. Amanda goes to check in on Danielle. Danielle's asleep. So Amanda's like, deuces.
Thank God. I was so worried she was going to wake up when
Amanda walked in. Yeah. So everyone dog piles on Corey's bed, right? Like Corey and Brian are laying down and then Katie jumps in the middle and then Malia jumps on top and then Kyle tries to jump on, but he hits the corner and falls off. And that was awesome. I watched that 3 times. It was so funny.
Those types of moments are just hilarious. Like the random ones that come with sharing a house with people. That was amazing. And like, this is why the concept of the show was incredible.
I love when someone falls. I still remember Craig just falling down the stairs. It wasn't even that big. He was just, ow. And then Kyle jumps and he says something like, oh, I need to go to bed. Like he's just
like, this
knows.
Is my sign to go to bed.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta go. So at 4:23 a.m., this is wild.
I know.
It's time for bed. Brian, though, does steal Kyle's food. Oh so God. Kyle, I think, heated up food because he's in the kitchen on his phone. And then Brian grabs it and runs away eating it. And Kyle's like, hey, bring that back. And you just hear Brian.
We know Kyle loves to drunk eat.
And Brian's like, hee, as he goes into Corey's bed. And he's like, hey, man, I stole food. Do you want it? And Corey's like, no. And Brian's like, are you sure I got food? And
take a bite.
Corey's like, get out of my room.
Good.
Brian's the best. Brian really turned up after being yelled at.
Him.
Brian is so hot. Tuesday, 10:40 a.m. The house is trashed. But Danielle wakes up before everyone else because she went to bed.
She's probably not hungover, by the way.
She's not as hungover. Yeah, so Amanda wakes up, but she starts telling Kyle about how much she loves her dogs. Alex makes Schwartz's bed for him, and Danielle starts cleaning up the kitchen. She does really feel defeated, right? She doesn't think she did anything like too wrong, but she was upset to the point where she couldn't have fun, which to her is defeat. Danielle understands the point of the goal is to come here, get drunk, have fun. She knows she couldn't do that.
My only thing I need her to do better is stop with the passive aggressive comments back at him. Like, stop playing that too, because like you're meeting him at his level, and that's not okay. Like if you're mad he's doing that, don't do that right back.
Agreed. So Sam just got off the plane. She'll be here soon. Everyone's waking up. They're like, wow, the house is so clean. And Danielle's like, hi. I think this is her mini apology to be like, sorry.
This is so funny because they're like, how is it so clean? And she comes behind the curtain. She's like, hello.
It was awesome. And you know what? If you want to apologize by cleaning the house, please do. I will accept that apology.
100%.
I'm hungover from 4:30 a.m. I love you
I'm
so
not
much,
that
girl.
mad.
Have a
And
good time.
it's hard to like actually say apologies. Like a lot of us are not confrontational people and we expect
Yeah.
people to be, even though we're not, you know? So
I
like,
think-
I'm good with this apology.
I think to Brian and like Alex, she needs to have it. But like
Mhm.
Malia, who just like Danielle was mad. She didn't do anything to me, but she
Yeah.
wants to clean the kitchen. Forgiveness. Start
just
over.
for making an environment tense. You don't
Clean
need to
plate.
be like, I'm sorry. But
Yeah.
like, this is the group apology.
Clean plate. No worries.
Mhm.
Okay, so Brian does ask Danielle if she's feeling better, and said last night she was in predator mode. And Danielle's like,
That's a really good description.
Danielle's such a bitch. She goes, but who opens mail at a party? I was like, there was no party. There was zero party.
I thought she was gonna actually like say like a mini apology.
Same.
Like, oh, I'm sorry.
Well, Malia luckily is there to diffuse because she's like, you know who opens the mail is someone waiting on their mom's Forever 21 delivery. And Danielle does then apologize. She's like, I'm sorry. And Brian forgives, so we will all forgive. Corey's very excited for Sam to show up. Alex's plan today is to avoid Danielle.
I hate that.
I know. He really does miss Schwartz, though, in his pillow talks. Probably to tell Schwartz how he's avoiding Danielle.
I do weirdly like them, the two of them chatting about
They're
things.
meant to be. These two...
It's like, well, it's fun because it's like kind of like a confessional in a sense, but it's not like them just sitting down, 3 months later.
These two are meant to be. Mm-hmm. So they want to do a roast, which I think is I don't know why people in this house are like, a roast is a good idea. I'm like, immediately this could go badly, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Brian, he's like, I don't mind being roasted, and everyone's like, yeah, we roast you all the time for fun.
This makes me want to like marry him even more.
Cute. So Danielle puts on record that in her interview, she says she has not been texting about Sam about what's been happening, but it might be awkward because Casey called her trash and Jordan, went for her man. And Jordan in her interview says, and I quote, I was definitely gunning for your man at some point, and I didn't know it was your man, and I don't think he knew what you were. Or he was your man, to be honest.
Ooh, I mean, I appreciate the honesty.
I was like, you know what? Also, though, it is so Corey's fault. The way he entered this, 100%.
1,000%. 1,000%.
Great. So Sam is here in the driveway, and then we learn that there have been tabloids, blind items that talk about how Malia and Corey have been vibing in this small Colorado town. So Sam knows that there's something going on. Now, tabloids are fucking tabloids. Yes. Right? Like, I think if you actually watch the show, you see that spitting Jaeger is the least sexy thing anyone can do.
They didn't see that. It's probably just like them hanging out.
If you watch the show, you see it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're out here, we're not seeing it as much. Right? I'm at a bar, I'm going to be like clocked.
Well, let's be honest. Like, we are, like, people at the bar watching, and they want to be a part of Bravo Universe and the drama, too. And they're, like, submitting shit for no reason. Like, no facts.
I might, too. I might be like, Malia and Corey were totally fucking flirting. Yeah. Right? Like, because I don't know. But watching the show, you're like, they are actually disgusting.
They're vibing in a brother-sister way.
It is so sibling, yeah. Okay, so it's 1:02 p.m. Sam's here. Corey is so happy to see her. They're kind of gross as a couple just because they cannot stop fucking touching each other. But also it's kind of hot.
The way he meets her at the door and like has a hello with
Picks
just
her
them
up.
Two shows that like he is so into her.
Yeah,
and I'm so happy like he did that. Like not for her, but like for himself too.
They're a hot couple. Anyway, so Sam says hi to everyone.
Good.
She looks so good. Mm-hmm. Sam says hi to everyone. Casey says, you look very fresh-faced. Look at the rest of us, which I thought was hilarious because Casey looked rough.
They all looked rough because they were up till 4 a.m. I have no clue what time it is right now. But
Sam's perfect. Makeup, perfect. Hair, cute. Outfit.
She's like, hey.
She's like bright and shiny. And Casey literally goes, God. Like, I was like, I too would be like, hey. But Casey and her immediately are like, I can't believe we've never met. We have so many mutual friends. And I'm like, weird. But then Casey in her interview was like, I'm shitting myself. And I was like, no, I would be Casey. I'd be like, you look so beautiful. Who would talk shit about you?
You're like trying to be overly nice because you like know you're a terrible person.
Especially though, no, but Casey has right? She said
Yes.
that was a rough moment. So I think Casey's scared because she truly doesn't believe that stuff. She was just being mean, girl. So she's like, it's hard because I was just being mean to someone. So like, and Corey said he's not going to tell Sam. So it's like, whatever.
But you kind of want to butter her up because you're not
Yeah.
going to tell her now. But in case it comes out, you're like, I'm going to like be nice. So then I can be like, oh my God, I didn't mean it.
Yeah.
Like, I love hanging out
Also,
with you. And, like, you've already proven that.
I have to give Casey so many props because she in her interview says, you know, it was trashy of me to call Sam trash. Like the reflection is there. It is so, it was like immediate too. The way that dinner went, I will never be mad at Casey for like recognizing and having instant growth. That was amazing.
Because also there's a balance of like drama and like not being a truly terrible person. And so I think she's like making the show interesting and then like being able to confront it in like a good positive way.
Yeah, I also get her nervous though because she's probably, what if she likes Sam and then she's like, fuck, we're friends and I was a dick. You know, she's like, fuck me.
Also like the fallout from like your mutual friends, like how awkward if like your friends like really like Sam too and they're like, why are you shitting on her on national television? Like,
yeah. I don't think it would be appropriate for anyone but Corey or Casey to be like, Casey called you trash. Because I think
agree.
if Corey's making the decision of like, I'm not going to tell her, that is...
Because he said, we can tell her after, and I think he's obviously saying like after
she's going to watch the season and we're going to...
like once we're done filming, like we'll tell her immediately and we can talk about it. But I think if somebody else does, they are trying to get the heat off of themselves, and that is so shitty. To throw Sam so hard under the bus as soon as she gets here for something that happened when she was not here.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, so Sam is wearing a shirt that says Corey's, but with the C, Corey's. And Malia sees it and is like, it's really funny that she's labeling herself because... Well,
did it have like the... Because is his gym's name like Core 25 or something?
I don't know.
I think that's what it's called. And so it's like Core... like. I think it's supposed to be a play on like his gym name with his name. You know those like retro shirts with all the faces on it? I think it's supposed to be like one of those. So it's like on trend with that was way ahead of the trend because I mean,
but she's still wearing his gym shirt.
I know.
She's like really labeling
100%. And then I'm just saying she's not just his name is not just on this shirt.
Wow, it's
not
big.
Like Corey is. Mine.
It's a statement.
It is
no one
saying,
else has
it is
this.
Saying, like unspokenly Corey is mine, but it's like she clearly is trying to do a subtle nod.
They know. And Malia makes a good point to be like, it's hilarious a little bit because Corey came in this house saying, I am not Sam's. But whatever. The boys go get her 12 bags for 3 days.
Okay, I realized one of those is like a ski bag, so like let's give her a break on like.
I didn't even look. I just went, of course.
These people have like 42 boxes. I think like 6 bags is not incredible.
Amanda has like 1,000, you know. But Corey and Sam have a moment. Corey tells Sam that he told the house when he got here he was dating a girl, and the rest of the house wanted to see how flexible that was, and they all tried really hard.
That's not true.
I'm mad at this. I'm like, you are setting her up, though, to be pissed at all these girls immediately.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's the thing. He could have played it vague, where it's like, I don't like that he said he was dating her, because that's not what he said. I wish he would have just said, like, oh, it was, like, weird when I first got here, because everyone was trying to figure out, like, relationship statuses, and people were into me, you know? Mm-hmm. And, like, if he never said if he never declared what he said, I feel like that would have been the right amount of vagueness, but he tried to over-clarify that he said they were dating and people still wanted him, and that's not what happened. Like, he's trying to paint a picture that did not happen.
He's lying about it.
Yeah. And he's not just lying by omission.
Look at, like, the great guy.
I wish he would have lied by omission, is what I'm saying, rather than just outright lie about the situation.
Yeah. Like, had just kept it to himself. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This was bad. Immediately, I was like, Corey, I don't like this.
Well, he knows he fucked up.
I don't like this. Anyway, so Tom Schwartz will be here in 20 minutes. Katie's really nervous because she doesn't want to start at the beginning again when he can't even say her name.
I'm going to give him a credit for that, though. But, like, that was a traumatic reunion for all parties involved.
Well,
like, he is coming back in a horrible headspace, and that is about what I think what's going to happen.
I did think that. I was like, at one point, and I don't know where it is, and we might be jumping ahead, someone says, oh, something about Katie, and he goes, Floody? And Alex is like, oh, sorry. And he's like, no. And I'm like, no, but he's, of course, going to get his Katie's confused at this point.
Because
I think Alex says, how is it with Katie? So it was like, which one kind of thing.
Because he is truly in skin of all minds.
He had to go back.
People in theory could be asking about his Katie back home.
So it could have been either.
Have to clarify, not because he can't say Katie Floody as Katie. It's truly like, who are you asking about?
Yeah, Maloney or Floody?
By my ex-wife.
Yeah. So anyway, Tom is coming back. He's very nervous. He's just because he's Tom Schwartz. Everyone, though, is so pumped to see him. He's so happy not to be in LA where everything's scary. He says hi to Katie, but he says, hi, Floody. And she's bummed immediately. She's super bummed. But they ask him about the reunion. He says it was scary because Ariana is scorched earth. Sandoval apologized to him after, which is sweet. That's what he said. Quote.
Well, I am glad. Sweet. Like, you should apologize. He should apologize to his friend, too.
He says Sandoval and Raquel better be together for the rest of time, to which I said they didn't even make it a year.
They didn't even make it a month.
Well, they exchanged mail for a little bit. So I was like...
That's true. I don't really understand what their, like, dynamic is.
I put it from March until now because recently he's come out and said, like, we're not together. And I'm like, okay, so...
But I don't understand what they mean when they say that because, like, Ariana said in the clip, like, oh, they exchange a lot of mail back and forth, whatever, like, and...
I put it as now. They didn't even make it a year. Fuck them.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
So Tom says he got shit on a little, but some of it was deserved by Katie. And we see the serial killer wet dream clip, which honestly was not even the worst. But like, truly,
but such a good line to clip.
Like I just feel like serial killer's wet dream.
For people who don't watch Vanderpump Rules, I feel like that tells you everything you need to know about their dynamic and that like Schwartz sucks.
Yeah. What did she say? She's like, you're friends with everyone. Your serial killer's wet dream.
Killer's wet dream.
It was awesome. You know Katie watches murder documentaries. So Alex tells Schwartz things are a little rocky right now. And then we go outside for moon biking.
Why the fuck is it called moon biking?
I think because it's like...
There's no reason.
You know, like...
Don't even try to come up with a reason. I'm just saying, when they said moon bike...
No.
Fuck that.
Remember those things called moon shoes where it was like a lot of air? That's what I was picturing. Just like a lot of air with wheels.
I know.
And stuff.
I thought they were like big tired bikes.
I don't know. Like, bikes that go on snow. I don't know. Moon shoes. Who cares?
Maybe it could operate on the moon.
Probably. So this is where NASA stores all their shit in this stupid ass cabin.
In this house.
So they're getting ready for moon biking. Corey initiates. He smacks Malia on the helmet, to which she turns and she goes to punch him. And then he throws snow at her when she's turned around. So he initiates it twice. And then she jumps and puts him in a headlock and they wrestle, which literally is the least sexy thing I've ever
I know.
It is so sibling.
The only touchy thing is like when they're getting up, he like grabs her kind of by the hips to like stabilize her.
Yeah.
That's the only like intimate thing that happens. And even that's just like,
and it's all Corey.
Shaken up.
Any intimate thing was Corey. He started it twice. I agree. She put him in a headlock, which is not hot.
The least sexy thing ever.
And then he touched her down. Yeah, she's great. So, but Sam's watching, and even Kyle is like, Corey's a flirty dude, and Sam might not like that. And Kyle clocked it as like, fuck Corey for doing it.
It's
Corey's
really early too of Sam being here. It's not like she's been here for 24 hours and like has gotten to know everyone and like.
And you know what I thought about? We don't know what Corey has said. Like, to me, if I'm in this situation, right, I would have told my boyfriend and been like, oh, let's just hypothetically say it's Corey. I'd be like, Corey's he's like a brother to me. We're always wrestling and stuff. Like, I would say that. Corey might not have been like, Malia's like my little sister. We wrestle. She's actually kind of strong, can take me down in a fucking headlock. Like,
well, and the only information we've seen
is the blind item.
is, well, not just that, but like he said all the girls are after me.
That
so
too.
like
Fuck that.
this feels like flirting when that's all the information Sam might have.
Yes. Whereas the viewers are not shipping this.
If you think Malia is flirting with him, this does come off flirty.
Yeah, this spirals. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Danielle hangs back with Amanda because Amanda has to pack because she's leaving.
Why is she leaving? Do we know? I'm annoyed by this.
To see her dogs.
All right, I'll let it go. But like, you came late and you're leaving early. Disappointed.
Like personally. 1 episode early. Yeah, I don't know.
It just doesn't seem correct to me.
So they talk about the Alex of it all, and Danielle's like, we were cohabitating, and now he's like not doing that with me.
I think that's a bit far.
That's so stupid. Anyway, so we go back to moon biking. It looks wild. Casey's a really good skier. She can pull down this moon bike.
That was fun.
Katie and Schwartz and Alex talk. Schwartz is so happy to be back. There was zero flirting with Floody and Schwartz here. So Casey and Sam talk, though, and they're actually getting along, which I think Casey feels like guilty enough, but I support it. You know what? Mm-hmm. New beginnings for all.
Well, I feel like like all your friends are friends with someone, that's you immediately can click with them too. Like,
also to come into this new house, right? She's gonna be like, we know similar people, but also they can bond over living in New York together. They can bond over like they're probably in similar, I'm guessing, like an Instagrammy influencer kind of thing now because they're both on these shows and like it's easy to connect.
Sam does say like, oh, I didn't know your personality was going to be like this. Like you're learning some new things, but not all that. It's just easy to kind of hit the ground running.
Yeah. So, everyone thinks this is crazy because Jordan thinks Sam knows what Casey said about her. And Casey also knows what she said about Sam. So
I don't feel like Sam knows.
I don't think Sam knows. And also if Sam knows and decides like not to deal with it, because maybe let's hypothetically say Corey told Sam, which we know he didn't. And then he's like, but Casey felt really bad about it and she apologized when I confronted her and she said she was being a mean girl. Sam, I'm not going to say for sure, but just from what I've seen and known about Sam, she probably has had mean girl moments as well.
Well, and if you know the person's already apologized and is like actually apologetic, like I feel like I'd just be like, this is not worth it.
And again, if you know Sam, she's not the type to hold a grudge. She's very like easy breezy, beautiful summer cover girl. You know, she's fine. Great. So yeah, Alex and Schwartz have a moment. Schwartz is like, I don't like when you and Danielle fight. And Alex is like, I'm just not interested in her anymore. And she's sensing that and she's getting insecure. And I'm like, so you should end things.
Okay, so what you're telling me, Alex, is that you're pulling back. You can tell she knows you're pulling back and you're not doing anything about it.
Oh my God.
Cool.
Nailed. You did it. Great. So then Alex says he also doesn't want a relationship, so there might be a breakup conversation. And then we cut to Amanda and Danielle says the goal is to leave as friends with a lot of benefits.
Oh, she has unrealistic expectations. Yeah, I do. Because if you can sense that he is pulling back, and this is 2 weeks in Colorado, she falls very fast. I'm a girl who like, I can't do multiple partners sleeping around, like that type of stuff. And no judgment. I just like, my mind cannot juggle a lot of people. So like, I tend to be like linked to one person at a time. So I understand like being really head over heels for someone. But this is beyond what I thought it would be after like 2 weeks. Are you shocked by the time frame? Like the time frame is what gets me.
It's a lot.
Like she wants him to come to New York and like be friends with benefits.
But she did. Okay. Another thing about her new dude, and I think it's just the dude. I think you just need to find someone who matches your energy. Yeah. Because she said she was like literally just talking to Joe Bradley or whatever and said like, you should come to, after they hooked up in Vegas. So that's like maybe 48 hours. She was like, you should come to New York. And he was like, okay. And then they ran into each other later and she goes, did you book your ticket? And he was like, I thought she was just kidding. So then I booked my ticket because she was like so confident about it. Yeah. Like that's so Danielle. And
but when he's pulling away already, you can't say comments like this, especially on camera for your own sake. Like
Danielle's unapologetic. I wish I was like that. I wish.
No, I just don't think she can read the room and like acknowledge it. Like she's clearly reading the room. I just don't think she is changing. It's weird because some behaviors she is changing. Like You are literally saying fuck you past this man in the kitchen in the morning, and you want him to fly to New York? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this day doesn't make sense to me.
I think she's hopeful. I don't think it's looking great.
I learned from Nick Viall, you should never be hopeful. Or, like, you should never
Nick
live
Viall
just in...
crushes my soul, that dude.
But you should never just live in the hopeful state of relationship, because the hope is everything you don't have.
I mean, he's right. I just hate it.
She is hoping he comes to New York, and he will not.
No. So it's 3:54 p.m. Brian, Katie, and Malia talk. Katie has barely talked to Schwartz. He's got so much shit going on right now. He doesn't need a crazy Kiwi. That's what she says.
He's also Mr. Popular, like, in this house. Like, everybody was pumped when he walked in the door.
Oh my God, everyone was like, this is the greatest.
You know what?
Tom Schwartz is the party, baby.
The best Schwartz is truly the one on Winter House. Like, I don't need him anywhere else, because nothing's serious in this house.
No, please don't. Okay, so Alex asks Tom about Katie, and this is where he goes, Floody, and he's like, oh, sorry, Floody. And Tom's like, no, I just don't fucking know which Katie at this point. And so Schwartz says he doesn't want to force things. Physically, Schwartz can't force things because he's such a lame-o that he'll just never. But Alex is like, just do it. And then, Brian, we get a cute scene. He cheers and falls off the rail. My poor baby. I hope he's okay. So then Malia and Corey wrestle again. I don't know how this one started, but they're just like on the ground. It's not hot. It's just like
no,
especially in like snow pants.
Wrestling.
Especially in snow pants. It's not hot. Anyway, so Jordan, though, says they have chemistry. She says in this universe, definitely brother-sister chemistry. Mm-hmm. But in another universe, like in another Matrix, they were totally something else.
I agree with that because Malia was interested in him at the beginning of this. I think
initial chemistry, like
has
sexual.
Initial interest.
Yeah.
But, like, she's cool if it doesn't go anywhere and she can be friends with people. And, like, that's fine. But there is an underlying chemistry to them for sure.
Agreed. Okay, so they got to come up with their roasts. Amanda's packing. She finds a bag of Cheetos. What a fucking win.
I don't like the storyline of them coming up with their roast. Like, I don't care about you writing it. Like, I don't really care about that. Like, they keep saying, oh, I need to sit down alone to do this because it's not interesting to watch somebody just type on their phone.
Sam mentions to Danielle that someone better stop touching her man and getting all tackled by Corey and being desperate. And fuck Danielle. She's like, oh, I know. I've noticed that too.
I've noticed that. No,
Jesus
Danielle.
Christ,
see,
bitch.
You're painting a picture that doesn't exist.
No, Danielle, let's keep going. I like what Amanda said. So they join Amanda and Sam's like, Malia's just obsessed with Corey's dick. And Amanda's like, wait, what? Like Amanda's like,
she's like, I have not read it that way.
She's like, I didn't get romance. I don't think you've been like watching the same thing.
You're not understanding what's going on.
And Amanda's like, if Malia is flirty with Corey, then I'm flirty with everyone in this house. Like, she's like, and I'm not attracted to any of them.
Doesn't Amanda here say, like, she has 4 brothers, like, this is kind of how she is?
Yes, this is where Amanda, so Sam then goes, I'm not scared of her, but I noticed it, and Corey said the girly pops are on his dick. Already, I hate Sam's attitude about it.
I do too, because
I hate it.
I don't like that she's trying to, like, play bad bitch. Like, I think she is a bad bitch, but, like, we don't need to come with that energy here.
Yeah,
like, you don't even know what's going on.
First of all, Malia doesn't even know you're upset about anything, but you're already
she doesn't even know your name.
I'm not scared. And then to also be like, to all the women, the girly pops are on his dick. Bro, he fucking... If
you found out that somebody had already kissed him, all right, come with this energy. But nothing has happened. Like, you don't know if anything's happened or not.
You know what Corey lied to you about. So good lucks.
But, which is all just, they're interested in him.
But even that, right? So they're interested, but that doesn't mean... Let's say hypothetically, all the girls are all over Corey's dick and he has denied them straight out because he's in love with Sam. Whatever. Even then, Sam should have enough faith in Corey that he, like, doesn't do anything. So who cares if the girls are into your dude? Thing. Nothing happened, right?
Yep.
These girls don't know you. They don't.
Also, having interest in someone isn't a bad thing. Like,
No.
let's all just, like, cut the crap. Like, when you first meet someone and you're like, wow, you're cute. Why is that a fucking crime, Sam?
Also,
like, simmer down.
I think it's very, like, it's a great compliment if you're into the person I'm dating.
Yeah.
Just, like, ideas. Anyway.
I love if you're interested and he turns you down.
That's amazing. Good for you, girl. Shoot your shot. Yeah, that's me. I have a girlfriend and I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay. But then I'll look, if I see the girlfriend, I'll be like, your man's super hot, girl. Do you?
No, that's what Sam should feel like. I love that you're interested. Like, my man turned you down.
So then this is Amanda's like, dude, why is Sam, because Sam's like, I'm going to go beat some ass or whatever she's gonna go fucking do. And Amanda's like, Danielle, why is she fired up? It's not fucking sexual. And then this is that. And then Kyle's like, it's super normal. Like, even Kyle's like, is she flirting with me? And then this is where Amanda's like, Malia has 4 brothers. She's the youngest. She's just comfortable.
Yeah. Like, Sam isn't standing there though, right?
No, they do it with just Danielle.
Which makes me upset because I wish, like, Sam is choosing to not get contact. Yeah. She's choosing to not ask the questions to her 2 girlfriends who she can trust on, like, what's been going on. Like, I wish Sam would have walked into that room and been like, that was weird, right? I need some more intel. Like, what's going on here? Like, that felt weird to me, but, like, what am I missing?
Yeah, I think Amanda was so taken aback. She was like, wait, what? And then Sam's like, I'm gonna go kill these girly pops, bitch, and like leaves.
And Amanda's like, are you being serious or
what?
Not? Like, I can't
Is she gonna
tell
kill
what's going
me?
on.
I've been so much flirtier with Corey than I thought.
If that's flirting, then Amanda cannot read any situation. So she's like, what am I reading right now in this own situation?
I've been out of the game, so I don't even flirt with Kyle, I don't think.
Do I know if people are mad now? Do I know if they're happy? Like, I don't know anything.
I mean, like, the whole house is flirting with my husband? That's amazing. I thought everyone thought he was fugly. And here I am. So whatever. Amazing. So it's time to cook. Casey calls her mom, just like Brian, to ask for instructions. And Brian's like, I love us.
Not just like Brian. Well, Casey called her mom for 1 question. Brian called his mom 72 times.
Brian's like, I'm not mad. I love that we call moms, and I support it. Anyway, Danielle asks to talk to Malia, and tells Malia she talked to Sam about the flirty tackling stuff. And Malia's like, oh my God, this girl's going to think I'm like going for Corey when really it's like the least sexy thing between us. And then we get a shot of the Jaeger, which gets grosser every time.
I know, which like, I feel like they're trying to make that seem like, is that sexy or not? That makes
me think they're enemies. Like, you hate each other.
Do we need,
disgusting.
Do they give us Jordan's face during that clip? Because I'm like, why do we need to relive this 8,000 times?
Literally,
we're over it.
Any other moment, please. So Malia says her and Corey just roughhouse, which is true. That is exactly what they do, is roughhousing. She says, again, she's the only girl. She's the youngest. She has all brothers. But she was no princess. She got the shit beat out of her. And Corey's very much that dude to beat the shit out of a girl. To not literally, but like roughhouse
but like,
wise.
Yeah. Like,
you saw him. He chucked snow at her from like a foot away. That would have sent me on my ass.
Say when. Like, I'm going to keep, like, have you ever done a rug burn or like on someone's arm and you're like, tell me when it hurts or I'm not stopping. Like, that's the energy. They're like, I'm not giving up.
Yeah. Like, Malia would be the girl at recess. Corey would be like, I'm going to pick Malia for my football team. Like, they were not hooking up. Yeah. So, but whatever. So Danielle tells her to just reel it in and get to know Sam, and then you can get back to normal, which I think is really good advice.
I think is great advice. I just wish Danielle would
say to Sam, like, be like, calm down. Yeah. So Schwartz scares the shit out of Katie. So they're walking, hilarious.
So good.
They're walking, and Katie's looking down, and Schwartz just goes, hey, as she turns a corner, and she jumps, and he's like, hey, I was just walking through the house, or whatever the fuck he says. And Katie cannot breathe.
She's like,
He's full conversation about something else. And she's like about to have a heart attack.
Like, where did you appear from?
Oh my God. So Kyle pees outside, and then Alex pulls Danielle aside for a chat. And he basically they go sit, and he says,
when he pulls her too, hey, can we go for a chat? And she's like, I would love that. I'm like, what are we doing? You guys both hate each other.
Die. So Alex says, hey, what happened last night? And Danielle says, from her perspective, he was standoffish. Like, they hit a great moment, and then they go backwards all the time.
I love that she said that because like that is truly what
It's
happened.
true.
Let's start from the beginning.
Every time they hook up, he then is like, I wish I didn't do that because I want to fuck every other girl. And so then he backs
He
away.
gets weird afterwards.
Yeah.
Or like she asked him like, hey, you just seem different right now. And he's like, I'm fine.
Yeah. So then he says, I feel the same way. And I'm like, no, you got to be honest with her.
She's being honest.
Because now he's basically saying like, I don't know what it is because I also see, like, it's like, you know what it is.
We're
You're
great.
doing
like,
it.
You're reading into something because like, I'm not being weird.
Fucking moron.
You are being weird.
Yeah,
and it's okay.
Idiot.
Just stop being weird now. Mm-hmm.
So Danielle says, this is supposed to be a vacation. And Alex is like, then there shouldn't be emotion in it. And Danielle's like, listen, Danielle immediately gets kind of pissed because she's like, don't tell me. So she says, look, I don't know if you're trying to have like a teachable moment with me. I think she meant on like friends with benefits. Like, yeah. I don't know if we're doing a teachable moment, but I don't need it and I'm good and you don't need to teach me. And Alex goes, you're like 10 years older than me. There's nothing I could teach you. And I literally went, because I don't think Danielle came too hot. I think she was just annoyed.
I mean, she got defensive. Like
she got defensive.
She was doing really good with just being honest and open, and then she was annoyed, so she got defensive. And then he just he goes, does not know how to talk.
You're fucking old, basically. And I literally go, Danielle, I beg of you, just walk away. But Danielle goes, we're good as, because then Danielle doubles down the opposite way and she goes,
well, she's trying to think like fix this,
yes,
and like get what she wants.
She keeps wanting to be laid, so she goes, we are friends and with benefits and we should leave it like that. And Alex is like, we should focus on the friendship part. And Danielle's pissed now and she goes, totally fine.
Which I'm happy he said that rather than just saying like, I'm glad he didn't, when she said, we're friends and we're benefits, I'm glad he didn't just be like, yeah, I'm glad he said, we just need to focus on the friends.
Yes.
Like, finally he, like, that is clear.
We need to focus as the friends. But I loved it. And she storms off and it was fucking hilarious. But
which I just wish she could have played it cool and been like, yeah, that's fine.
Danielle's like, not cool, girl. Come on.
I know. This is why I'm saying like she's head over heels. She is falling in 2 weeks when it's like, it should just be like a fun romance.
She's falling into wanting to be wanted.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. I don't think she's really that into him. It's that she kind of was wanted and that got ripped away. And it's like,
but not even that. Now she's unwanted.
Yeah, that's it. It's fully. Like she wants to do anything to not feel the unwanted feeling. Yes. And I understand that to my core.
I get it.
It's horrible.
It's bad. We're really looking in mirrors.
I don't
Reality TV is supposed to take me on a journey, not make me self-reflect.
Not take me on my journey.
Oh my God. So
I know. But here's the thing. I need her to be fucking done with this boy. I need her to just act like he's not there. No passive-aggressive comments.
Literally, Danielle could get any dude. She's so confident. Walk in that bar, get literally any other dude.
Don't during this trip, because then it's going to look like you're just doing it to get back at him. But like, when you get home, you're going to find a guy to bang. And I love that for you.
So it's 5:45 p.m. They're working on their roast. Alex and Schwartz are trying to figure out what to do about Katie. Schwartz says he's never had game, basically. Boom, roasted.
That is true.
Yeah, roast yourself, bro. So Amanda asked Kyle to check in on Danielle to make sure she's okay, which I think is like very nice of Amanda. Her motherly instincts are coming out. Mm-hmm. So Kyle does. And Danielle says she just thought her and Alex were on the same page, but apparently not. They're just going to be friends. And Danielle didn't really like the conversation because he's hot and she wants to jump his bones, but she just doesn't want him to talk, which cracks Kyle up. Kyle's like, good one. But Kyle says, like, is he trying to hook up with Jordan? And Danielle's like, I hope they do, and I'll burn him at the stake.
I'm here for that energy.
I get it, right? You're like, what the fuck, my friend and my ex hookup. Why now? Why do this in this house with one episode left?
Like 0.5 seconds later. Like,
well, she's
I'm good. That's where I need Danielle to put her energy. Like, stop wanting to bang him. Burn him at the stake.
Kill him. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So Alex and Schwartz talk. Alex is like, I just talked to Danielle and she's a little angry. And all I was doing was being transparent. And I go, after weeks, it seems like it felt like weeks.
Even in that conversation, it took her to say, we're great at friends, we're great at benefits. And he finally was like, friends only, please. Like, that's how transparent you were. That's not that transparent. Like, it was clear, but like, you are not letting her in on any of your thoughts.
He's a fucking moron. Anyway, so Jordan and Alex talk. Alex says he just friend zoned someone. And as they're talking,
no, you didn't. No, not really. You did not.
She wanted you in the friend zone, but also the makeout zone. You just there was no relationships zone.
Actually, you ruined a guy's dream to just hook up with a girl and be able to leave in a few days.
Yeah, you just have to give her a little attention. Yeah, it's fine. So Danielle though spots them talking, and immediately she's like, "Ugh."
It's always poor timing.
It's bad. It's it's just perfect TV.
This is where I want Jordan to be a little bit more self-aware that this is upsetting to Danielle. Mm-hmm. And so it doesn't matter where Danielle is, but when you hear that they ended things, I want Jordan to go find Danielle.
Be like, are you okay?
How are you?
Yeah.
He just told me just so you know, I will never go there. I just want to have a
I think Jordan needs to. Jordan is in her interviews, I would never hook up with Alex, but Danielle doesn't actually. You haven't said that to Danielle.
Yes, Jordan needs to be transparent now.
Anyway, Jordan says it was just a 2-week moment, and Danielle and Alex both knew what it was, so whatever. And I'm like, oh my God. Okay, so Malia and Katie then talk, and Malia tells Katie that Sam's upset about her and Corey playing in the snow, and it sucks. I think Malia's just sad to lose a friend at this point. She has to pull back.
And have to change how she's acting.
Yeah, but Katie says maybe she just feels weird. And then they're like, isn't it weird Sam and Casey are getting along? I'm like, no, let Casey just fucking live. It's a little...
It is awkward for everybody else to know about this.
Because it was so public.
When she got called out, it was at a freaking dinner party. So everybody's like, oh, we all know she called you trash, but you don't know.
So this is where I said the roast probably won't go too well. Okay, so then it's dinner time. I'm such a steak girl. Looking at this steak, Corey's like, give me a big slab. And I was like, give me a big slab. Because Amanda's like, I'll take a little piece. And I was like, no. Corey-sized, baby. Give me that steak. So it's Amanda's last night. So before the roast, she wants everyone to share positives of the trip. Schwartz calls Katie. And Katie just talks about how much she loves everyone.
I want a unedited version, or it can be slightly edited, but I want everybody's full roast because they're obviously editing out a bunch and pulling out each person's good one and making sure everybody gets roasted once on the episode. But I want to know what was said about everyone by everyone.
Agreed. So it's 9:32 p.m. We have roast time. Honestly, I was nervous. Kyle starts. He makes a trash joke to Casey, which I was like, but he didn't do specifics. He called Casey trash or whatever. I was like,
why do I love that? Because I'm gonna be honest, this may be
no, that was great
to friends, but I like when you have an inside joke and you drop it and the joke makes sense to everyone, but other people don't really know the layered meaning. You're this cuts deeper for a few others.
Yeah. Amazing. I wanted to look. Also, I might check out Twitter later because I'm interested in the Jordan of it all. Are people not liking Jordan in this conversation? I just have so many questions. Oh. Anyway, sorry. Also, the Casey Sam stuff, I really like. I don't mind it. Anyway, so Malia then goes, and she goes for Sam and says, welcome to the house. She knows this house has been a lot to tackle. And Sam immediately, I don't like her energy, but Sam's like, you're the one who's tackling. And Malia's like, that is my point. Thank you so much. And I was like, Malia matches good, and Malia will match it.
How embarrassing for Sam. It's girlie, you didn't have to say the butt of the joke. That was read between the lines. Come on.
Yeah, it was rough. I think Malia played it really cool.
Yes. And it wasn't too mean or too dirty or
no.
Because, she could have, probably.
And she said it, the way she said it, sometimes it's not about what you say, it's how you say it. The way Malia said, her parts, it was just nicer. The way Sam said hers, I was like, bro, I would have pulled a Brian and said, I'm not the one to do this to. Fucking check it, bro.
Malia came out winning on that.
Yeah, that was great.
Sparring moment.
Katie roasts Brian for being friend zoned. Brian calls Sam fake. That was wild. And Sam laughed. That was good energy. But like he says something like, what, Corey buys all his fake shit and it makes sense because now he
his
sees
jewelry
Sam.
is so fake. And he probably picked up Sam on the same corner that he gets his jewelry.
Oh my God, it was I was like, Brian!
That was so good.
When I tell you, I was so turned on.
But isn't it funny, like, the dynamics, like, if Malia said that,
Sam would have killed her.
Sam would have gone off, hands around throat. Like,
but Brian
gets away with everything.
Fine,
I want to marry him even more. Like, tell all these funny jokes.
Schwartz goes, he sucks at it. I don't even think I wrote anything down. Alex roasts Danielle for her snoring, which was very funny. Says sound like a fork in a garbage disposal.
Which everybody roasted everyone, so I think you had to give everyone.
Yeah,
and so
that was a good one. That was a really good one.
But it makes it look like Alex is pointed at Danielle, and it's like that's not the case. That's why I want the full picture.
The full roast. And Danielle roasts Alex, and she says he whines to everyone about her, and now he just wants to be friends. But it was better delivered, and people did laugh. Alex did laugh. It was fine. So. Roast is done. There's no blood. There's no tears. We've made it. Schwartz goes to find Katie. Malia and Sam talk. Malia says it seems that her and Corey's friendship have rubbed Sam the wrong way. And Malia says, Sam came in a little hot or super hot towards her when Sam doesn't really know her. And Sam says, before I got here, the internet said you and Corey were flirting. And Malia's like, no, Malia's very like, no, I get that. That can be very intimidating. And Sam goes, oh, I'm not intimidated, but it's weird. And then I saw it, and it's like, I saw you flirt with him, and now I know it's not internet bullshit. And then Sam says that Danielle also noticed it, and Corey said that every girl's been all over him. And Malia's like, well, Corey didn't make it clear that he was, like, dating you. He said he was in a situationship, not a relationship. And Sam goes, okay, good to know. And Malia goes, I just want you to know he hasn't labeled you as like a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then Sam goes, what if you were in a situationship with a guy for 8 months? And Malia interrupts and goes, I wouldn't be.
Oh. Which, listen, Sam is coming hot. Like, Malia's
Sam's
tone,
hot.
This whole conversation is, like, chill. Just like, hey, I want to let you know. Like, I know there's been an issue. Like, she's trying to resolve this issue. Sam is, like, firing it up. So it's like, you can only take so much. So, like.
Sam's getting big. Like, even her body language. But Malia's, she's not moving. Malia's a rock. She's like, whatever.
And, like, to be honest, Sam is, like, a nobody in the Bravo sphere at this present moment when they're filming this. Like, done seasons, her show just started filming, and it's been, like, airing, and it's been, like, a month that it's on. And, like, you think Malia is watching Summer House if she doesn't even know about Scandival?
Yeah, she doesn't give a fuck about you.
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, so, also, I don't think Malia meant to gag Sam at this point, but I think...
I don't think she's trying to be too nice anymore.
Well, I think she was just trying, like, Sam was like, what would you do if you were in a situationship? And Malia's like, I wouldn't be. Like, but then, because she goes, it's not my style. Like, I respect that that's what you and Corey do. And Sam's like, well, clearly you don't. And so Sam's big now. And Amanda from around the corner, watching with big old eyes.
Peering into it, I loved.
So Malia goes, what you saw was our friendship. And you've only been here for like 20 minutes. And Sam says, you were on his body. And Malia goes, that's how it has been the whole time. And Sam says, you know who hasn't been here? Me. And I almost wanted to go, that is the point Malia is making. You haven't seen it.
You haven't been here. And also, like, why am I supposed to... Do you want me to change how I'm interacting when you're just in front of, like, us? Isn't that weirder if, like, we'll be this way behind your back but not to your face? Like, I actually kind of respect Malia for not changing anything.
Yeah, I liked it.
If things
I liked Malia asking to, like, talk and be like, hey, I heard this whole thing. I like her being very even keel. I liked that she was just kind of like, look, I don't really know who you are, but he came in, he said he wasn't in a relationship. I don't know what he's telling you. And she said, like, look, you came in hot towards me because of some blind item. You've been here for 20 minutes. Why should I care about you when you're coming at me?
Yeah.
Dude,
well, you're
I
making
get
a
it.
lot of assumptions without having facts. I'm trying to provide you the facts.
Also,
what do you want?
Corey is just in the other room going, oh my God, this is bad. And I'm
this is his worst nightmare, and he caused it.
Because everyone's going to be like, Katie's going to have Malia's back. Jordan's also going to be like, dude, he didn't label you. Right? Brian's probably even going to be like, I didn't know you guys were that.
I think everybody's I don't think they're going to try and like hurt Sam, but they're trying to point out that like Malia's not the problem here. It's Corey. Stop putting your energy towards Malia. Put it towards your guy.
Corey hasn't done anything, and that's great on him, but he didn't exactly set you two up for success as a relationship in this house.
I wonder if we'll ever get to a point where like we as women don't blame women immediately. Like how much deprogramming that's going to take.
My proudest thing is that I don't. And that is my proudest thing about me. It's what I like most. I never
think with
have.
A lot of women, though, it's a subconscious thing. You know how they say, like, your first thought is what society taught you. Your second is how, like, you choose to think, you know? So, like, I just think a lot of people just have that initial gut reaction. And I don't blame people for that because that's truly society's programming.
Yeah, women
like,
are
how many generations will we have to go through where that is not a thing anymore?
I don't know, but I really, like I said, the only big thing I love about myself is I've never done, like I've always been like, it's the dude.
It's a great,
and I think it's because I watched so many of my friends get played by dudes, and I'm always like, why are we mad? Yeah. It was him. So now it's programmed. I think it really depends how you grow up. I think it depends how many girlfriends you have. I think it depends how many situations you've seen your girls go through. I really think it depends.
But I think it's also what your friends did, because your friends can hype you up that it's like the girl's fault too.
Yeah, you know? I think if you have good friends who are very like, if you have good supporting girls, they're going to be like, we can't trust men all the time, right? But if you don't have good girls and you're just out thoughting your way and hating on other women, you're not gonna see that the men are at fault. So I don't know, but I think it really does depend on who you surround yourself with.
Yeah, definitely.
So next time, season finale, Tom and Katie talk, Brian and Casey make out. I am so pumped. I'm sad for myself, but I'm pumped for Brian. Jordan and Alex are flirting. Danielle is upset, and then Danielle squares off with Jordan, and Sam cries to Corey. I'm very excited.
I'm excited. So, also, we've heard there will be a reunion. So, like 10 episodes. We think 2 more because of a reunion.
Yes, a Watch What Happens Live reunion from what I've seen, which is old school. That's old school. I love. Okay, so we must do fun and not fun. Which one should we've been starting with not fun. Should we keep that going?
Let's do not fun. Let's do not fun.
Do you have a not fun?
I'm going to go Sam. I'm not liking it. I'm really disappointed. I was just hoping she would come in day 1 and just be really fun, you know, and not really let this bog her down so quickly. I was hoping maybe day 2 she would get into this stuff. But I just don't feel like she like enjoyed her day, you know, like they were stupid moon biking, whatever. And granted, we probably didn't see any, but like she only looked happy when she was literally like straddling Corey on the bed. And it's like, that's not what these houses are about. Like, I want hookups and that, but like, have a good time.
I just didn't love her energy. I would listen, if I was Malia's a better girl than me, I would have squared. I would have threw back that same thing. Anyway, that's not my not fun though. I'm picking Danielle. I think Danielle's making me sad. I honestly was really annoyed at the beginning of this episode with her. I think it got better. I just need her to realize that Alex is literally not shit.
I know.
He's not even worth the friends and benefits. Period. Okay, great. Do you have a fun? There was a lot of fun. I thought the fun was fun in this episode.
It was. Who are you thinking? I don't know.
Honestly, you know what? This is a one-time fun, I think. I'm going to go Casey. You know what? Ooh. I love a self-aware queen. She realized what she did. She stepped up her suck-up game. She was like, I fucked up. And her and Sam are actually getting along. I love that for her. She was up at that party till 4 a.m. She's just bouncing around. She's hanging out with Brian and flirting with him. She's calling her mom for dinner. I just think Casey, I like her being like the inner thought process of like, fuck, Sam's actually really cool and she's gonna watch this and I gotta figure that out. I like that her and Corey have openly talked about it. I like that she's taking responsibility, but she's not holding it against Sam, because I think also she could double down and be like, I'm not friends with Sam still because I heard she's trash.
Or like jump on top of like Sam being like, you know, this kind of too badass bitchy like energy and being like, fuck that girl. Like she could easily topple onto like other people's disagreements.
Yeah, I think Casey deep down's a good person. I think she just has some mean girl moments.
I think this was her best episode. Yeah, this was great. She looked like she had a great time.
She's a good skier too. Great, shout out.
Loved that.
Great.
I think I'm gonna go on my flip side of my not fun, and I'm going Malia. Like Malia is not changing her energy when Sam enters, and I really appreciate that. Like she's tackling Corey. She's winning those fights. I'm going to be honest. And I really appreciate like her coming with the energy of being chill, because she knew Sam was like mad. Like Danielle gave her the heads up, and she like Malia was honestly the better bit, like badass bitch of just like trying to diffuse this, but also not saying like, I'm not going to just fold to whatever you want at the same time.
Agreed. I love Malia. She's one of my favorites. Okay. We have podcast by the people. I don't know if that was the same
That
jingle.
was a sadder tune, but like I'm here for
it. Sorry, we've been talking a long time. Anyway, so
I know.
Tyranny says, so I have a lot of thoughts, but I feel like I'm repeating myself every fucking week with half of them. So I decided to just discuss new stuff. Sam joining. ... She definitely saw that blind about Corey and Malia. I don't believe for 1 second that Sam wasn't coming in the house and she wasn't trying to play the cool girl. She was basically naked within seconds of getting there. No, shout out. She's hot though. Jesus
I mean, she is, but like, yeah, she did strip pretty quickly.
Yeah. Sure, she hasn't seen her man for over a week, but still.
They live long distance.
It felt very much like staking her claim. I'm shocked as shit that Schwartz did come back. For him to say the reunion wasn't that bad, for him was an understatement. Well, I mean, compared to Scandal.
They also treated this house when he first came as like, this is happy vibes. So I wonder if he's like trying to convince himself it wasn't bad. We're good. We're in the safety zone again.
Compared to Sandoval and Raquel, everyone had a great reunion. My gosh. If Sandoval hadn't happened, he would have been in the hot seat. True, because of the Katie shit. You're right. But
so it was a better reunion.
You're right. Yeah. Shout out. But loved the flashback to when Katie Maloney said a serial killer's wet dream. Still makes me laugh 7 months later. Yeah, it was good. Katie's great. They all seem to be doing great with the roast except for Malia. Hers definitely was awkward. Speaking of Malia, the conversation between Sam and her. I need the rest of the conversation before I make a full decision on how I feel. But based off that little bit, I think Sam is way more upset than she's letting on. But we will see once we get the rest, because as always, they couldn't give us the full conversation. Of course not. I think I figured out my feelings on Jordan. She is very beautiful and seems sweet in the house, but in her confessionals, she's coming off very cocky and condescending in a way that is too much. I'm ready for next week's finale and the reunion. Yeah, I'd be curious if I didn't watch Martha's Vineyard to see what I thought about Jordan.
I just think she puts herself first, which is not always a bad thing, but she kind of gives this air that she is a good friend, and I just don't think she is being one.
Also, she does act different. Like, it's her confessionals where she's always like, I would never go after Alex. And like, haha, Sam, I totally went for your man. But she doesn't do that like in the house.
Face.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, Tierney says her fun, not fun for the week was hard. But fun, she picked Amanda. She was sending it at the Glow party. Plus, I'm loving the place that she and Kyle are in. And I found it hilarious how many clothes she brought, because that's literally me. Not fun, Alex. No explanation needed. Per usual. Fair. Casey said, whenever I post, it's a reminder of a new episode that she needs to watch. You're welcome, Casey, even though I'm late. So Chrissy says, I couldn't watch this morning, but lucky me, I got to work on the job site. Now it's my lunch and I'm catching up. Best quote of the episode, you can't force the Schwartz. fucking died when he said that. That was awful. Malia and Corey. Sam can't look at Malia. She needs to look at Corey. Stop blaming women for men's behavior. Agreed. We'll get there eventually, hopefully. Chrissy also says Amanda's the smartest one in the group. Corey and Malia are playing around. Just because a girl looks at, goofs around, or talks with your guy doesn't mean she wants to take him to Pound Town. I don't know what kind of friends Sam has outside of this. I think that would be really telling. I don't mind her
coming in thinking that, but assess the situation.
Get the facts then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not just from Corey. Like, come on.
No, come on. We're going to trust men 100%.
I can't believe she did not ask Danielle and Amanda. Like, I thought she was going to come in there and they were going to sit on the bed and, like, the girls were going to chat. And then Kyle was going to be like, nothing is going on. Like, she has four brothers. Like, that would have made me feel better. But nope.
Of course not. Michelle says, I wonder if they cut out Sam saying anything to Corey about touching Malia or if she only went after Malia.
I believe she only went to Malia.
That's a good point, Michelle. But also, I think she just went for Malia too. And I think she doesn't want to start drama with Corey for 2 days.
Especially like on camera, you don't want to look fractured, you know, like I wonder if she's going to ream him behind closed doors. But also, like, if she did talk to Corey, I believe that she probably went to Malia first, which like goes with the women gets the blame thing. Like maybe Corey was a secondary one when maybe we'll see it next episode, like when they lay down, like she'll confront him about it. But
I think she talks to Corey next episode. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Chrissy said, Team Malia all the way. I'm glad she pulled Sam away to talk to her. I've been Sam in the past. My husband and I were, quote, pre-dating. Yes, that's what I call it. Way before the situationship became a term. Oh, I love that. The situationship is kind of new. So they were pre-dating for a year. We both saw other people, but I still found myself being a petty bitch to other girls. It's hard to deal, but Sam is coming way too hard for having just gotten to the house. She might as well be peeing on Corey and staking her claim. Honestly, though, yeah, she's coming in big, right? She squares with Malia. Her chest is out. That's fun. I would throw down. I'm ready to fight.
As a nobody in Bravo, that's against me. Like, who the fuck are you?
I get so fired. I would totally square.
I'm someone who I believe in, like, tenure and kind of, like, a decent, like, respect around, like, people who've been there before.
Like, you have
Sam,
to kind of...
who the fuck are you?
Yeah,
like, come on, go around the block a time or two.
Malia's been around, baby.
Yes.
Yeah, she's 3 seasons with Captain Sandy. Come on. So, and then Tonette said, I'm so disgusted by Malia's attitude towards Sam. Ooh, other side of the coin. Yes, other side of the coin.
Okay.
Since when does she stop rooting for women? If Malia did not like Corey, then why is it a problem for Malia to diffuse the situation and welcome Sam with open arms? Wait, what? Hang on. We got to reread. Tell me if you follow. I'm so disgusted by Malia's attitude towards Sam. Since when did she stop rooting for women? If Malia did not like Corey, then why is it a problem for Malia to diffuse the situation and welcome Sam with open arms?
I definitely, like, kind of see where this person's coming from, of, like, their perspective is, like, Malia could have done so much more to, like, really, like, welcome Sam and, like, give her a hug and, like, you know, like, not make things weird. Like, yeah, she could have, but, like...
Okay, so Tonette is saying, if Malia doesn't like Corey, like Malia is saying, then why can't Malia just diffuse
the Casey energy?
Yes,
you know?
Diffuse the situation and welcome Sam. Such bitch behavior. I think Malia's just... I don't know.
I just don't think that's her energy.
I don't think she was unwelcoming, and I think she just... No. She was just herself. Like, Casey knows she did wrong.
Could she... Yes, yeah. And could she have given, like, the Casey energy where she's, like, fawning over Sam and whatever, but that's not authentic to Malia.
Yeah.
And could Malia have pulled, like, Sam aside and just been like, hey, I know you think this is flirty. I have no interest in Corey. Like, I just want to clear this up. Yes. Did she? No. Like, yeah, we all, like, make choices. But I don't think... Malia's like,
I don't think she was trying to not being a bitch.
Yeah. I think at the end she got there a little bit.
Well, I mean, you get
with
big
the
with
situationship
you get
thing.
big with me.
Yeah, it's a
I felt
reaction.
the same way about Danielle last episode. I maybe need to get in a fight. I was squaring off with Danielle.
No, I know. I don't think Malia was proactively trying to do anything. I think she like became like a little defender.
I think she became defensive towards her and Corey's relationship because that's
which
her
is fine.
friend. And she's become friends with Corey, not Sam, because Sam's not here.
Yes.
So I think she's like, what's your issue with my friendship? Which Sam
and she's
was
also like, don't come for me. Go for your man.
Also, if Sam doesn't, or if Corey doesn't have girlfriends, and maybe Sam doesn't date guys with girlfriends, right? Because girl and guy friendships can get a little I don't want to say complicated, but there are only special people you could be just friends with.
We side eye girl guy relation like friendships.
Yes, I think there's always that, and I think you have to be comfortable, someone who's comfortable with it. So I think the people who are good at dating people who have friends of the opposite gender or like friends they would date are the people that also have that, right? Like I wouldn't care, but I have a ton of guy friends where nothing has ever happened.
I think it's so nuanced. It's like literally a case by case, person by person, individual relationship by relation, like friendship by friendship. You know, like some can be like that. I'm not comfortable with that, and some are like good. And I think it just takes time where like both parties have to like actually all three parties. You know, the two people in a relationship and the friend have to spend time together to like know. And Sam has had no time in this, that it just is weird for her, and that's okay. It is okay for her to be uncomfortable with it at the beginning.
Yeah, and I also think Corey and Sam don't have the trust yet. I don't.
There's no trust. There's no information being shared correctly with Sam. Like this is on Corey for the trust building, for the information sharing, like, and it is with Sam and her girlfriends, you know, Danielle and Amanda, to like vet out the situation. It is not on Malia to make this happen. Like, why is that her responsibility?
Agreed. Great. Well, this was a good episode. We had a lot to talk about. We have one more, the season finale. I will tally up all the funs and the not funs, and we will see who was the most fun of the season and who was the least fun of the season.
Yep. But don't worry, you don't have to wait too long for us to be back, because Summer House is also coming very soon.
Oh my God, all the live seasons will come. So you want to join the Patreon, if you want to join for a few months, this is the time. It's all coming soon.
Kick it off. If you really want to get your bang for your buck, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah. Those are the killer months.
Yeah, this is rough. But you can start now. We are posting a bunch of old episodes that we do on Patreon that are not released to the world and probably won't be for a year maybe. I don't know. But we also have our pre-shows and our after shows no matter what. We do talk about Bravo News. Also, please don't make me look like a loser on TikTok. I'm embarrassed enough that someone might come across my algorithm and be like, is this you in your podcast? And I'll be like,
let me preface this so people go look it up. Go at Vanderpasta on TikTok. Alicia's like doing like fun little bits. She's not just sitting there talking. Like we already talk enough like on this. Like you do all the like little quizzes and you like say little quips, and it's not like a 2-minute long video of you like restating your opinions from the podcast.
No, I also want, once I can figure,
it's your tween energy coming out.
It's my tween energy. And once I can figure out how to put Spotify on a TikTok, I'm gonna blind react to Sheena and Lala's Christmas song. I have not listened to it. I've avoided it because I want my blind reaction and I want my thoughts on there. I just don't know how to do that yet. So I'm off work all next week, and I will be Googling how to TikTok.
Check back in next
If you thought I was 14, joke's on you. I'm 85.
I am on TikTok.
I have zero clues what to do. But thank you so much. Do all the things. Wait, what's my sign off? Wait, guys, I have a sign off.
No, that's for Vanderpump Rules.
No, it's for everything. I have a new sign off for our show. It's from Vanderpump Rules, and it will just be my sign off for the podcast. Forget what you heard and remember where you heard it first. Thank you.
Bye.